map. So I'm curious to you as like a Twitch streamer and generally as a creator, right? Like as a content creator, I think you can call yourself that because you're on multiple platforms. You're trying to grow on multiple platforms, not just Twitch. As a content creator, what is that one thing that drives you most? Like what is the reason why you love content creation? Is it that you're in it for the money? Which, hey, that's fine. Content creation can net you a fuck ton of money.
It can. Yes,
Is
it can.
it the the creative outlet? Maybe you didn't have an outlet until now, where this Twitch and TikTok, you feel like you're creatively satisfied. Is it, do you
I'm
do
so
you
happy you brought this topic up. I am so happy you brought this up because one of my friends who just recently got inspired to start streaming messaged me, and we've been going back and forth on Instagram for the last like 3 days. Um, he was one of my friends when we were like 10, and he was messaging me, and I told him that I did streaming full time because I don't have a job right now. Streaming is my very creative or very being of everything that I do. I
right
try to stream every single day. I'm trying to push out content every single day, and I'm trying really fucking hard, like really hard
right
to do
right
everything,
right
like really hard. And he said I can read the message if I wanted to, but he said, "Bro, we've been doing this since we were little. You were born to be a content creator, and we've been dreaming of this since you were 10." And dude, honestly, I was also talking about this earlier on my stream before I came onto the podcast to do this. I was saying how I left a position for myself where I was making the most amount of money I've ever made in my entire life. I
right
was raking in bank, dude.
right
I was working at AT&T as a commission salesman, and I was the best in the district
right
out of like 25 stores. I was making a lot of money. I left that job because I wasn't happy. I am now currently making the least amount of money I've ever made in my entire life, but I'll tell you what, I am the happiest I've ever been because I have a community of people that really genuinely like me, and like I like talking to people, I like inspiring people. So going back to it, I had a friend named Creed who also
right
streams, who quit streaming for 3 months. And basically he told me that I'm the reason that he started streaming again, and since then he averages about 30 viewers. He almost got the Minecraft speed run world record. He's been really grinding that out.
okay
And like, dude, like when he said that I inspired him to get him back to streaming, I just sat there and I was like, dude, there's no way that I'm actually out here like inspiring other people to grow their platform, inspiring people to stream. And I think what I realized the last few days, I had this new viewer come into my stream who has been donating me hundreds of dollars, right? He's a random dude who has been donating me a bunch of money. And I realized that after a certain point, like money, I do not give a single fuck about money. It's all like
That's not why you
I
do it.
would
You do
rather
it for the other, right? Is it necessarily that you want to get this creative spirit out of you, that you want to, you want to create something that, is tangible and consumable? Or is it more of like you want to entertain people, make people happy? Is it the inspiration? What is the one that you would say is maybe highest for you?
if there's a single driving factor, it's the fact that I can sit here and have a great time, meet people, and just like build a community of people of like-mindedness. I don't think it's I love being creative. I've always been creative. I have YouTube videos that date back 10, 11 plus years that are still out there on accounts that I don't remember the password for. Ever since I was little, dude, I feel like content creation and getting my personality out there has been the number one driving factor. My girlfriend says I can have a full-blown conversation with a rock. So I mean, like, I feel like my personality
Yeah.
specifically has
I feel that.
is a personality that is like meant for bringing people together. So like I would
Right.
say, no, I don't do it for money. No, I don't do it for a bunch of people knowing my name. I do it for the people that want to feel included, because growing up and like being in high school, I was always that annoying kid that nobody liked. So like
To have that,
I had
yeah.
friends. I had friends, but like not a lot of people liked me. And like I want to be there for the people who feel feel like an outcast or feel like they don't have friends,
Yeah,
I want to be their friend.
for sure.
And like, I want to bring people together. So
I
like,
think that's something that's super cool.
Money's cool. Don't get me wrong. Money is really cool. And it allows someone like you and me to keep doing what we're doing. But I would say that it's not the driving factor behind why I'm creating. And part of it, going back to what you said about, is it a creative drive that makes you want to push out content? Yes, it's 100% a creative drive that makes me want to push out content, because I'll tell you what, I never knew I really liked editing videos until I sat down and started editing my own videos. Like, that really fun. Progress is really awesome. And I think everybody who's in this space that's trying to grow as a content creator needs to sit down, stop thinking about how can I outsource my content to an editor and pay them $100 per video, to how can I sit down and learn this skill of editing that can, in the long term, if streaming doesn't work out, I can take into another job. Like, I can sit there and tell you confidently, Marcus, that I can make you a highlight video that would be fantastic, that you've never even seen. Like, I love being able to say that because I've done it for myself and I've learned those skills, and I can apply that to other real world applications. A lot of streamers that are streaming right now are not doing this. They're trying to hire people that are creating a vision that isn't their own. And I think that's very wrong, and that creative drive needs to be expressed more. And I think a creative drive drives everybody in this space. I
think that you bring up an important point there, and that's that self-improvement aspect of it, or that self-learning, being able to learn something that's, you know, new to you or maybe different in some way. I think that that's something that's really a really important part of maybe people that consider themselves creative. So yeah, no, I think that's really inspiring, and I think that's something that, you know, as a content creation, I think that it's cool to. How cool is it also that like all this content is going to be like revisitable in the future? Like when you ask your grandpa, content, you know, bro, what did you do? Evergreen. He can't show you like a YouTube video of like, yo, here's me in Vietnam, or like here's me in World War II, like, you know, doing stuff. But like as like a grandpa, that's gonna be weird to be like, yo, just check the socials, man. Just check the socials.
I look forward to when my niece is old enough to understand what YouTube is. She's like 3 right now. She understands what YouTube is. What am I saying? But when she's like older, I can't wait to show her like, yo, this is me 20 years ago. Like, that's crazy. I'll be able to show my kids my YouTube videos that's from 20 years ago. Evergreen content.
And that kind of leads into also like, I've asked multiple people this, and I've gotten varied responses, which is interesting. But what is your thought on like when people our age, when maybe millennials or Zoomers or even generation like X people, like Facebook moms, when they get older to like 70, 80, are they going to be the same way as like, you know, like grandma and grandpas are now, where some of them will get on Facebook, but most of them are like, nah, just get me the VCR version. Just get me the videotape, rewind it, I'll put it in and I'll play it. Or are people our age, when they're older, are going to be more receptive to technology and advancement? Like, do you think that like growing up with first flip phones and text phones and then smartphones, and now kids that are growing up straight up just with iPads from as early as they can remember, are they going to be more receptive to technology, do you think? Or is it going to be a very similar situation?
So like when I worked at Best Buy, right? One of the things at Best Buy was we got a lot of really old people who haven't been enveloped in technology for 20 plus years. Every single old person that I've talked to, they said, this is going to happen to you too, where you don't understand jack shit about this technology stuff. And I'm just like, I don't think that's true, because we're in a stage in our lives where, we may not have exactly grown up with technology, but we have been introduced with waves of technology. Now technology is moving. There's a statistic. Technology has been moving faster, like 100 times faster than it did in the last 20 years.
It's crazy how fast it's exploding.
In 1 year, we have faster technology advancement than we did in the last 20 years combined.
Yeah.
And I don't think with how we are now, you know, every year we buy a new iPhone. Every year we buy a new Android. Every 2 years we buy a new graphics card for our computer.
Right.
Like we know about this, and we've been introduced to this, and we are on that path of like constant evolution and constant change, where I don't think it's gonna happen to us too. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen because we're used to that. We've evolved. Think about like first ever iPhone. It didn't look like this. It didn't look anything like this. Like first iPhone had a button with a touchscreen wheel around it. Like it's crazy the innovation in the last 10 years, let alone the last year and a half. Like I don't think we'll ever outpace technology. I
Right.
think we'll be on top of it, and I think
Okay.
that we'll be 60 years old sitting in our gaming computers and playing Call of Duty.
Well, I think it's also mindset and how we're always learning. We're on that trajectory of always learning something new and growing with it. Because I think about my dad's side grandparents, they don't use technology really, but my mom's side, they're 94 and 95. My grandfather uses his iPhone and uses YouTube, 95 years old, and my grandma shows me emails and pictures that people send her on email. I feel like at 90 years old, using iPhone and
Yeah,
iPad
that's pretty good.
regularly is crazy to